Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Rosy O, and today I would like to show some projects that I have completed. Majority of them were crochet. I was going through some piles of blankets that I had put away in my closet, and I thought, oh, let me show some older projects that I've done. So actually one of the blankets is kind of recent, and I also have another project that recently I just finished. Like literally it is hot off the hook. So also, if you are a subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. And if you're new to my channel, if you can please like and subscribe. For I'm planning to put videos out every day, so, and some might be with crocheting or yarn, or diamond painting is another hobby that I do. And I hope that y'all have been enjoying the videos. So the first project I want to show, it's one of my first blankets kind of that I ever did. It's a granny square blanket. So I love this yarn. This is actually one of the more older yarns that I purchased when I first started crocheting and knitting. And this yarn, it's, oh, well, sorry, before that, the blanket itself is just one big granny square. It is really big. I can't really show it all on the screen, and there's no fancy border on it. I just loved how the edges ended up, so I just kept it plain and simple. But I love this light brown coffee color of the yarn, so as soon as I saw it, I knew I wanted to make a blanket. I really like this yarn. It's really soft, it's really squishable, and it, even though it looks kind of thin, it really does keep you warm once if you're making a blanket, or if you make a shawl or cardigan, anything to kind of wrap yourself in, it really does keep you warm. The original label, I'm not too sure where it is, but I do have a label of the yarn of another project I had done with it. It is Lion Brand ice cream. It's that line that they have in their complete line of yarns. And some information about the yarn that I used for this. It's a 3.5 ounce 100 gram skein, 394 yards, 360 meters. It is 100% acrylic, and it's machine washable and dryable. It is considered a light 3 weight, and the recommended knitting needles is 3.75 or US 5. And for a crochet hook, it is a 5mm or an H8. And this yarn is actually made in Turkey. So when I originally made this granny square pattern, I used the recommended hook size. I used the 5mm because I kind of didn't want it too kind of tight. Sorry, put that aside. I actually wanted it more drapey. So this color, my apologies, I should have looked up the name. I'm sorry. I do know that it's cafe something. The yarn originally for this one, it's Moon Mist, and it's a totally other blanket that I'm doing. It's a whip that I'm trying to finish. That one, when I do complete, I'll make sure to show it in the video. But I'll make sure to put the correct name for this yarn color in the description below, just in case you see, oh, look at that, I really like that color. I do know this color is still available, because I know some of the ice cream colors, they're not really around anymore. But this color, it is. I actually saw it online the other day, and I was like, oh yeah, this brown color is still around. So this is one of the projects I wanted to show. Let me just put that aside. And the other project is a blanket. Oh goodness, this one is really big. This one, it's a C2C corner. C2C blanket. If you're not too familiar with the term, it's a corner to corner blanket. So it's one of the more simpler simpler patterns you can do, especially if you're just starting crocheting and you really want to make a blanket. C2C is, honestly, it's the way to go. C2C and granny square, they're really simple patterns that you can pick up even as a new crocheter, so it wouldn't be difficult, to make a blanket. Of course, depending how big you want it, because it can be really quick. It'll take you a couple days, or in this case, it can take you a couple months. So this blanket actually, it took me a while, and it has a lot of excuse me, skeins. This is a 9 skein blanket. Because I really wanted a big blanket. Sorry, so I can use it in bed, just to wrap up when, especially now since it's getting chilly, especially with the weather changing. And for a CTC blanket, it's you'll just start with a corner and then you just kind of escalate by just adding more and more blocks. There's a lot of patterns out there that show pretty much how to do a corner to corner. I'm actually planning later on to kind of introduce easier kind of like tutorials on, let's say, a corner to corner or a granny square or kind of linen stitch, just kind of simpler, easier stitches for anyone that's starting with crochet. I'm planning, that's another video line that I kind of want to start, but right now I'm just happy showing what I finished. The yarn I used for this one, and this isn't the yarn that I used, I'm just using it because I needed I do not know where the labels went, so I keep them because I reference them in case I have to like when I need to wash them, or if I wasn't too sure about the color and I really want to get the color again. I did so many of these. I put them in a box somewhere. Honestly, I am not sure where they are. But the yarn that was used for this is Stylecraft. So this one, it's a double knit, but this, for the blanket, I used an Aran, which is a 4-weight. So I just wanted to show the labels just in case you're not familiar with the yarn. All the Stylecraft special, all are the same label. The only thing they change is if it's an Aran, it said Aran, and they just change the color of the lining. But it's pretty much the same in case you're like, oh yeah, what was that yarn again? And you like, oh, I remember, it has brown. So, it'll help you remember. So basic information of the yarn, it is 100% premium acrylic. It's, well, yeah, this one might be, I'll just not, the meters and the yards might be different for Aran because since DK is a little bit thinner, it changes, how much yardage and how much how much yardage is in the actual skein. But I do know that for this yarn, the minimum is, the required crochet hook is a 5mm, and for the knitting needles as well. So that's actually what I remember from the previous label. And this yarn is can be machine, it can be tumble dry, cool level, and it's machine washable. Sorry, I was trying to read the symbols, but I don't really usually read the symbols. I'm kind of used to them putting the wording, but whenever they put the symbols, I get a little low. But I've machine washed and put it in the dryer, and the yarn, as you can see, nothing's really happened with it. It actually got softer a bit. The yarn itself, to begin with, is really soft. It's really squishable. So when I put it in the wash, I was worried, oh, it's gonna get dry. No, this yarn softened up, and I just do a regular wash and put it in the dryer with some dryer sheets, and this blanket stayed really soft. The information of the yarn, and I'll locate it. I originally purchased this yarn, any of the Stylecrafts, I purchased them through Love Crafts. And I'll put in information on the description below about the website and about this yarn, color and line specifically in the video. And sorry about that. I really wish I could find the labels because it'd be a lot easier to be showing it that way. And let me move that aside. And, excuse me, I'm going to take a sip of coffee because my throat's been killing me all day. And I know the weather's kind of not helping. So you can give me a moment. Sorry about that. Okay. So I am so happy I finished it. So I actually finished it this morning. It is the Christmas shawl I showed in a couple videos back that I was working on. And I sat down last night and I thought, oh my goodness, you know what? It's about time I finished this poor little shawl. I'm at the midpoint in December, and I was like, well, this is supposed to be a Christmas shawl. I should probably finish it before Christmas. So this shawl ended up pretty big. I only used 2 skeins of yarn, and I'll show you the information about it in a moment. And again, it's really big. I can't pull the whole thing on camera, but I probably should have measured it. This is, if you can see, it's really long, And I like my shawls really, really big, so that's why I end up always usually using 2 skeins of yarn. Actually, let me measure it. Give me a moment. Let me get the measuring tape real quick. All right, sorry about that. It's a little cat measuring tape. So let me see the length of it. Let's see. I know it's kind of long. I just don't know the actual measurement. If you can give me a moment. I'm just kind of all eyeballing it a bit. And I'll make sure to actually lay it down somewhere flat and give actual measurements in the, I'll make sure to leave it in details in the description. In case you are interested in making this shawl, and I'll give you some information about the pattern in a moment. Ooh, sorry, that yarn trying to get in. Oh, here we go. So it is around 56 inches wide, and the length is, I'm sorry about that. And yeah, I should have pre-measured this. I'm sorry. It didn't, I kind of was expecting it to be a little longer. When I wore it, I wanted to see, oh, let's see how long. It's a little shorter than I kind of wanted it, but I still like it though. I'm still able to wrap it around my shoulders, and it still keeps me warm. I already tried it out because it's kind of chilly today. And the length of it is 26 inches. So it's a pretty good size. I just was expecting it just kind of longer because I do like my shawls really long as well. And I just like a really nice big shawl, just so you know you're able to wrap up, especially when it's getting cold. It doesn't have to be outside, but like in a room or anywhere. It's really nice for that. So the yarn I used for this is Big Twist Value. This is a yarn line that you can purchase through Joann's, and it is 100% acrylic, 269 yards, 4.3 ounces, 246 meters, and 121 grams. It is considered a size 4 medium, and for the recommended knitting hooks, it is 5 millimeters or US 8. And the recommended crochet hook is a 5 millimeter or a US 8 shape. Sorry about that. It is machine washable and dry flat. So this yarn, sorry, the hook I used for this project, I used a 5.5. So whenever I use the Big Twist, I always use 5.5. I believe that it's, you know, to me it works a little bit better, and as I said, I like it when it has like some drape. So the 5.5 to me actually gives it a little bit more like a drapey kind of effect. So usually, like if I'm making a blanket or anything with this yarn, I'm always using a 5.5. And it works really well. The yarn's really soft, and any hook that you put it on, it actually just slides perfectly on it, especially if you're working and you're on a roll. It actually works with no issues. Like I have no problems with this yarn. I've washed other projects of this yarn, and it's same thing. It didn't dry or anything like that. It actually kind of softened up. So I haven't had any problems with it with washing it, because I've read some comments before about this yarn that sometimes it felts a bit, but I haven't seen that with other projects I watched. So unless I have to wash it like 20, 30 times, and yeah, that makes sense. I mean, that happens to all fabric or yarn and everything, so it kind of makes sense. Oh, and sorry, the color for this is Poinsettia Stripe, and it is color code 19695188. I saw on their website that some of the Christmas yarns, they're kind of on there. But it's kind of hit or miss. You kind of have to just keep an eye out, like when that yarn is actually back in stock, because I know when it first came out, it was just gone. So, but right now I think it might have calmed down a bit since it's getting close to the holidays. So, you know, if anybody's doing projects, unless they're doing them really last minute. And I've seen that this color and another color, I think it was a green one, which I kind of want to purchase it because it's doing like an ombre effect. Excuse me. It was available on the website. I'm not sure about the store since I don't go to the store, but you can double check in case this color you're interested in it. So let me stretch it out a bit more so you're able to see more of it. Oh, and the pattern, sorry. The pattern, as I've said, is not mine. It is a pattern by Miss Rebecca from Blossom Crochet. And the pattern is, my goodness, why do I always keep forgetting the name? Um, the, actually, give me one moment. Let me get that name real quick. Okay, sorry about that. It is called the Granny Merge Triangle Shawl. It's one of her patterns. When you go into her YouTube channel, you can locate it in case you're interested in it. And I believe I might have shown it, explained it before in my previous videos. I love this pattern because it is, she does such a neato thing that if you can see, it's a solid stripe, and then it switches over to the granny kind of traditional pattern, and it switches back to solid. So I really love that. That's why this is one of my favorite shawl patterns, and I'll make sure to put information and a link to the pattern on her channel to the description below. So, and finally, that I wanted to show, it's not a completed project, it's just a project that I'm currently working on. It's the blanket that I'm doing with the indie yarn that I bought recently, and I made a video a couple of videos back about it, and I wanted to give kind of like an update status. So I already finished with the yellow color. It's the first skein of that 5-pack that I had bought from the SheepyShire. And this yarn, I oh my goodness, I really love working with it. It is really soft and it's really smooth when I'm going through the when I'm having it go through the hook. So I'm so excited how it's going to look once I've already finished all 5 skeins. As I had mentioned before in another video, I did do a second order, so I'm just waiting. Oh goodness, isn't it always harder when we're waiting for the yarn and just like, oh, there's a way we could just fly it over here, it'd be cool, but I'm a patient person. And yeah, this yarn is, I'm gonna pick it up a bit. It's really, it's a fingering weight, so that's why it looks really thin. It's, oh my goodness, the color is just gorgeous. Like, I love the randomization of the speckles and just the little color patches. I love that. So when I was working through it, I was like, oh, I get so happy whenever I suddenly see it shifting to a different color and then go back to the yellow. Oh my goodness, I just love that effect. And the next color I'm actually going to put is this green color. So, and I'm just copying the order that it was in the pack. I kind of liked how it looked, so I'm going to make sure I'll just stay in the same pattern. There you go. Order. There you go. I couldn't find the word. Sorry. The same order, and I was just, oh man, I'm going to add it, and I'll start working on it, and I'll provide another update once I've already finished with this little cake yarn, and I just want to see how it's going to end up at the end. And I do plan to make it bigger. Like I said, I'm still waiting for other skeins that I've ordered. It's the same set and that I ordered so that I can make it bigger. Since it's fingering weight, it's a little smaller than I thought, but that's all right. I mean, I figured it's thinner yarn, so it's going to take more to make it bigger. And I'll make sure to put a link to the description below of this yarn and yeah, for this yarn and for this maker. I purchased this originally from Etsy, so you can purchase it through there. And it's a work in progress. So like I said, I'll make sure to update once I add the next cake. Sorry about that. And that's all I pretty much had to show for this video. For my next video, it's going to be a diamond painting video because I finally received an Amazon order of a whole bunch of larger diamond paintings. And there was a little bit of delay because I think one of the paintings was like, it was taking a while to get shipped out. But I just received the order yesterday, so I'm going to make sure to make a video for tomorrow. And it's going to be about the diamond paintings and a little kind of item that'll help that I'll be able to show that's really good for storing and keeping the completed diamond paintings or even new diamond paintings in order in case you're ever going to start collecting and buying a whole bunch of diamond paintings, because trust me, that's going to happen. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for watching this video. And I've said before, if you've been watching my videos and you've been enjoying them, if you can please like and subscribe, and if you have any questions or any comments, you can leave a comment below, and I'll make sure to, I'm pretty quick, so I'll make sure to reach out in a heartbeat anytime I see those comments. And again, thank you so much for your time and have yourself a wonderful day. Thank you.